Hi everyone, New Name here, playing his favorite game, Watcher of Realms. And in this upload, I'm going to show you how to clear GR3 Stage 18 for the first time, without a Lego Lord, without a Piercer bonus, and without the power of Dominance or Idril. No Dolores, no Laurel. As if you're like me, when I first started, I didn't have a Dolores until after 1,000 summons and I cleared all GR 19 stages, okay? But I did have all these heroes except for Greed. So this might be a little easier because you have this Greed hero. And you'd be like, why is he bringing AoE mages to Gear 3, especially 18? So hopefully I'll be able to show you why. I'm not saying this is the easiest strategy because it's not. But if it's the only strategy that's available to you, I'm going to show you how you can be successful. Because as you're progressing up this gear raid mountain of this game, plan, strategize, gear, execute, one battle at a time. This is a war. It's not one fight, you beat the game. You're in it for the long haul, okay? And it's a wonderful game, and you'll come up with better strategies than what I'm showing you right now, hopefully. But this is one that can work. So, we're going to stick down our Iona on this corner, an AoE mage. When she uses her ultimate, this purple dome will befall these poor fools that come down and it slows them by 50%. I'm going to put Maul on this side middle, and you'll say, well, why wouldn't you just put them all the way up so that you'll see when this wave starts coming from the left? And Maul's ultimate can reach where I need it to anyways. So this Iona is purposely built strong, but she's not strong enough to deal with all this on her own. So the next hero I have to place is to support Iona. And I'm going to engage her ultimate as soon as I'm able to with this mob. Once it gets to this, it's whatever tentacled buddy over here, and it starts swimming by, I'm going to engage this ultimate. Okay? So it's going to take a second for Iona to get that ultimate going. She's also quite vulnerable as a mage with no defense because she wears cloth. Yeah? So I got to get my vortex on top of her as soon as possible. So you'll notice how these mobs, you're like, man, they're like in a marshmallow wonderland here. They're not moving because Iona slows them. So when they get into the targetable range of that hero, they have to stop to actually target her. Now my Brienne goes down. I could have put her in a little earlier, but I like to wait to make sure that there's no mobs to target her, okay? And I don't require her ultimate right now. So Greed is going to go in on this corner, and Maul, his ultimate comes up so fast that I can use him to take care of that exploding bum bug. So once the next wave comes up of these bugs, Brienne's able to focus, okay? So the next hero that has to come in is another healer, which is my Hollow. And you'll notice how I have my Hollow guarding the hero that's on that corner tile. This is imperative. She's a weak mage, okay? She takes a lot of damage quickly. So here's Great, and he's got his butt smackers, butt slappers, and his crotch sniffers coming out of that blue circle. And they're doing all sorts of things to these mobs that they didn't account for and they don't like it. So now I'm going to make sure no one on the right side is going to die by timing my ultimates, all right? Notice where that blade went. It's slowing down those mobs that just get nicked by it so that Iona has time to take care of them while Greed is continually doing his butt slappers. Now watch what I do with my Maul here, okay? I wait till this bum bug is dead. Now Maul's going to target the left side. Watch this as he wipes everything off the face of this earth. Boom, okay? So Maul has already lessened the requirement of damage on that side as well. So Murray comes in now because Murray's ultimate is going to extend here to freeze to help guard my Brienne because I can kill everything as you see quite easily except for these big mobs in the center. Okay, and this is a really difficult fight without a Idril. She does amazing stuff in this game for you. So again, Iona's ultimate, Theowen's ultimate, and hopefully it's enough to kill them without Iona dying because you'll see I don't have my ultimate ready from Vortex. Okay, Maul ultimate now. I could have done it sooner, but I forgot. Full transparency. It's hard to do this without full focus, but you can. Okay. Now, this is the moment of truth when we all go, tense and ready to, oh my god, here they come, here they come. I can't do I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to do it this time. Notice how there's nothing around the boss. So Brienne, I'm going to get her ultimate out so that there's less boss. Hopefully I can get this boss dead before everything starts moving. That's the goal. It usually doesn't happen, but that's the goal. If it happens like that, it's a lot easier. So I'm going to make sure all my heroes got everything they possibly can to be successful now. All the ultimates are ready. Well, I don't know. It's looking scary, right? We'll find out. I don't know if I got this. Yona's got to really step it up here. Because this last big guy here, I got to get him. I got to get him. Come on, Iona. This could be you guys. This could be you in your future of GR3 Stage 18. No power of dominance. No Araka. No Luneria. No Idril. Epic only. So, you can pick up some of these gears. This isn't bad. If there was some kind of a attack speed on this, this is fine, okay? I don't need it. Maybe you do. So, to satisfy your curiosity, as I said, Maul would be the all-star. And you can see Greed did the job I needed him to do, and he was supplemented by Iona. And Theowen didn't do really any damage. So you'll notice how both sides combined are roughly sharing all the damage, okay? And believe me, I won't lie to you, that wasn't the first time I tried to record that strategy today on this video. It took me about 5 or 6 efforts. It's not that it's the easiest that I'm showing you. It's what might be the only available strategy for you. So if you don't care about the gear, I'd like to thank you very much for any interest that you have in the content that I've provided for you. And I sincerely hope that as a new player, or even someone who is still playing twice a week or so that is struggling with that GR3 Stage 18, that strategy can help you achieve success. Now I'm going to show you the gear. Okay? So we're going to go into our mages first, because they were a huge component, but Maul obviously did the most damage. However, Iona really pumped out some good work for us, as you saw in the clutch at the end there. Okay, it got scary, man. So this is all farmable gear from Gear Raid 1, Stage 16, Stage 17. You're going to get these ancient items from Stage 17, Gear Raid 3. Okay? If you look at the artifact on Iona, this is why I had to have 2 healers on her, because she was going to take 20% more damage. However, it's worth the trade, in my opinion, as you saw, to give her 25% more damage outgoing. Greed. This is huge. Anytime Greed was throwing down that blue circle with the butt slappers and the crotch sniffers, he had an opportunity to slow for 50% less of their speed for 2 seconds. And it can proc every 4 seconds. So if you're lucky enough, we'll say on average 33% of the time, Greed is making those mobs stuck in the mud, okay? So here's his gear. And it's the same thing. These are farmable items, all right? And I'm not saying this is the stats you should have on them, but as you saw, I have 2 crit damage stats on purpose to try to keep his attack under 10k, okay? And for full transparency, that's about as close as I can get because I have a hefty Pantheon bonus, all right? Now, people, I'll tell you, right? Stats over sets until a certain threshold. So if you're trying to achieve something and the stat gives you 25% main stat and you have good rolls on some of it, do it. And you'll notice here, it's only at 84% crit, okay? And I think I have Mari. And we all get Mari, okay? And full transparency, this would be a 200 attack speed on a non-stage 19 item. Mari didn't do any damage. As you saw, she's only there to provide slows and freezes because crowd control is king. Unless you have like a Silas where as soon as you smell someone, you hit them once and they explode and all their friends are dead, okay? Mari, artifact of choice. Best in slot for Mari. For what I was trying to achieve is as many freezes as possible. So every time she does 5 attack, you'll notice that I put a lot of speed on Mari compared to everybody else, okay? So Mari's sitting here that she's every 1 second, and her debuff lasts for that long, meaning that anytime she's attacking, she's always debuffing someone or slowing them, all right? So let's go into our Marksman, all right? So we have Maul, and again, like this chest, you'd be like, well, yeah, it's It's got no main stat. He's not getting any attack. And I did my best. This is an A5 Maul, okay? And I'm trying to keep him under 10k attack. But that's all I could do. I have to be able to achieve this, and so do you, okay? I can't teach you another language in 3 minutes, and I can't clear a gear raid unless I did 16 to 17 farm first, okay? So you'll notice like some of the rolls on this gear, you're like, well, that's a really nice piece. Yes, but there's a lot of, flat stats or not offensive stats. So this is, I'm trying to keep the artifacts to just level 1. Oh, you do a couple AMRs and you're lucky. You're like, man, I got this mythic, and you level it up, okay? So here's Brienne. Same thing, Spirit Siphon. I don't know if it's best in slot for her, but it's what I use, and it's at its second to bare minimum level you can have. I only brought it up to 10, all right? But here's her gear, and you're like, wow, she's at 10k as well, okay? So she's got a crit rate bangle, and she's got a decent, right? You're like, oh, these aren't bad. Most of those rolls, they're, wow, like these are blue rolls, right? Anything purple, you're like, oh, it's a healing effect. What the heck, okay? So I'm going to show you my healers next, okay? Once I remember how to play the game correctly. And I did it again. That's fantastic news. Now, before I started doing any kind of content creation, they didn't have single button gear swap. So I went swap gears. I'm like, I'm not doing this. Swap your gears. Take, 5 to 10 minutes to swap gears, formulate a strategy, and you will be successful. So again, full transparency, it's got an extra 6% HP than a normal stage 18 and lower item might have, okay? However, you're looking, there's no main stat here. He's got crit instead of HP, all right? And the artifact on Vortex, this is poopy pants. When you're first new and it's all you got, it's great because that's massive base stat boost from doing nothing to it. You just craft it, you're lucky, there you go. It's not the best artifact for this guy. And you'll see my rolls. And you're like, man, like I can achieve some of that, right? So now let's look at Hollow. I never use Hollow. And she's purposely awakened 4. So that way she's not providing the extra rage from an A5. And she had no artifact, okay? I put her in the Asclepius set. And Asclepius, like, rage regen is the name of the game with Hollow. She got the lowest possible roll, okay? So here's the best roll on the gear. It's a whole bunch of speed, all right? And again, some speed, no speed, okay? These are easily achievable stats, and there's certain thresholds that you need, at least 8,500 attack power, at least, on an Idril in there. Anything above, you'll do much better. So again, thank you for watching the content. I hope this has helped you achieve your goals. This is New Name, playing his favorite game, Watcher of Realms. Take care, everybody. Play safe.